The Big Light presents
Welcome to the Self-Guided Travel Podcast, where we take you on some of the world's most spectacular self-guided hiking and biking vacations. I'm Arlette Godges, and in this season, I'm traveling on a max adventure along Scotland's famous 96-mile-long distance trail, the West Highland Way. Walk with me over the hills, through the woodlands, and alongside lochs. Listen to the sounds of Scotland and hear the stories of the people I meet. This is the best way to explore the world. This is active travel, led by you. Today, I'm walking from Kingshouse to Kinlochleven, meeting some great people along the way, encountering the spectacular Glen Coe, and confronting the infamous Devil's Staircase. After a great night's sleep and before heading out, I fueled up with a traditional Scottish breakfast and caught up with Laura, who works at the King's House, to tell me more about what was on my plate. So I just had a fantastic breakfast at King's House, and I'm fueled up for the day, and I'm curious about some of the things that were on the menu that I had a try of. So I had a square sausage, I had haggis, I had potato scones, and potato scones, I kind of figured they were made out of potatoes, but the square sausage was a bit different. And haggis, I have no idea what that really is. So I found Laura, and she's going to tell me what I ate.
So a potato scone, or we say tattie scone in Scotland. It's potato flour mixed together and then typically fried. Very traditional for a Scottish breakfast, and the same with your Lorne sausage or your square sausage. Square sausage is typically beef mince. You can get pork variations of it, but a classic traditional one is beef mince, just in a square form, fried. Again, that's the kind of the basis of a traditional Scottish breakfast. Everything is fried. And haggis.
So I've seen haggis on the menu for dinner, not for any of the breakfasts. So I'm wondering if it's a normal breakfast food here as well, or if it's on, the King's House puts it on the menu so people can give it a try.
Sort of a bit of both. I would say it is part of a traditional breakfast. I think when you look at a full English breakfast or you look at a full Scottish breakfast, the difference between the two is for an English you've got black pudding, for Scottish you've got haggis. That's how you know the difference between them. We have it on the menu here at breakfast in the essence of being traditional, and to have it there as an option for people to try because of our location, and with the West Highland Way we get people from all over the world coming to stay with us and doing the trail, so it is nice that it's there for an option.
I've got my calories for the day, and I'm fully stocked, so I'm going to head out on the trail, and Devil's Staircase is on the program, and I look forward to a fabulous day. I'm looking out into the valley, and it's mist-covered, absolutely gorgeous. So thank you, Laura, for the food recommendations, and hope to see you again at King's House.
It's been an absolute pleasure speaking to you. We're so glad that you stopped in, and I hope that the sunshine that we've had the last 2 days continues for you today, and that the midges don't bother you too much.
I've just started my hike for today, and I'm stopping just outside King's House, and I'm putting on my lightweight puffy jacket because it's a bit windy and it's a little chillier as opposed to the last few days. I'm looking down the valley of Glen Coe. It's absolutely stunning. It's just idyllic, exactly how one would imagine Scotland when you picture it in your head. A gorgeous valley with beautiful hills alongside and then a little bit of mist on top. It's just gorgeous. I'm looking forward to a really great hike today. So looking down Glencoe Valley, I can see Buchail Etif Moor, which is one of Scotland's most famous Munros. What that really means in English is herdsman of Etif, and it's just stunningly beautiful, and it's showing itself in its full splendor. This view might be very familiar to people because it is also where the James Bond film Skyfall was filmed, and this is the scenery that they used as a backdrop. So it's been really spectacular weather the last couple of days, and today leaving it changed a bit, and it's the story of Scotland weather, and it's why people talk about it all the time. I am being greeted by quite a chilly wind and some fog. It's a bit cloudy, and I've put my jacket on, and we'll see as I go through Glen Coe what that will look like as I hit the Devil's Staircase and get quite some altitude. Maybe there's some blue sky waiting for me up there, or maybe it is rain. One never knows in Scotland. It can change on a dime, and it's been kind of fun to experience this side of Scotland because everybody's been talking about it. So just turned out of the valley of Glen Coe. I am headed up Devil's Staircase. It's a few hundred meters of climbing ahead of me. I see some hikers way up high. It looks beautiful. And as promised, the weather did change again. I have taken my jacket off now, and it's bright and sunny, and I see the Three Sisters to my left. I see these other beautiful mountains ahead of me, and one right next to me that I'm about to climb. I'm kind of excited to use my legs a little bit of a different way, sustainably up the hill. This is day 6, and my legs have very much adapted, and they're ready to go. So let's talk a bit about what to pack to do this West Highland Way hiking adventure. It's really lovely if you have your bags shipped from one place to the next, so you can actually pack a bit more than you might if you're carrying everything on your back. I would very much recommend bringing 2 very well broken in hiking boots, so you can switch them off. I have switched them off, although mine were not wet, just to give my feet a different sense in between different days. But if it was raining, you would definitely not be wanting to hike in wet shoes. I have put on a clean pair of wool hiking socks every day. I have put on a clean top, very thin layer, and that I can layer on top either a sweatshirt or a vest or a down jacket as needed, depending on the weather. And I always am carrying a raincoat that also covers my day pack, so things won't get wet. A pair of hiking sticks are probably for 70% of the hike a really great idea. It makes you a little bit more sure-footed, and it's just a nice adjustment to make when you're hiking up a bunch of pebbles. I also have had my phone with a really nice camera. I see people with other photography equipment. It's a bit sporty of a hike, or else they say here a bit spicy in places. And I'm not sure I would want to carry the extra weight of a camera with me. So a good phone will do. Always pack a snack and always have your water bottle filled and fill it up wherever there is a filling station to do so. So those are my hints. If you're lucky enough to get weather like me, you do want to pack your sunscreen as well. So the Max app is absolutely brilliant, and it sets this hiking company apart from any other company. It works offline. It has not failed me once. It has a 24/7 helpline if you need it. It has all the highlights that you might want to look at on the trail marked. You can either delve into that or not. It's your choice. I've seen people go off the road the wrong way. I have seen people in wind standing there with maps flapping around to get their directions, finding out where they're staying. So all of that is on my app, and it's just brilliant. I would very much recommend this, and I feel extremely well taken care of, especially as a solo hiker with Max Adventure. Halfway up Devil's Staircase. It's been a sustainable about 1 kilometer hike just straight up with a few switchbacks. Really quite manageable, but not easy. And now I'm looking up, catching my breath a bit, and I'm looking up and I can actually see almost the top, but it's getting substantially steeper here for the last little bit. So I'm going to just trek on up and see what the view is like up on top. Made it to the top, and this is the highest point of the West Highland Way, and it is all it has been advertised. It is absolutely stunning, incredible. I'm probably about 22 miles away from the end of this spectacular 96-mile hike. I'm saying goodbye to Glen Coe, and I'm looking down the other way in the direction of Kinlochleven, where I'm headed tonight. I bumped into some hikers, and they're telling me that when I look over about 3 ranges of mountains, I can spot the top of Ben Nevis. And at the bottom of Ben Nevis, which is the tallest mountain in the UK, there is Fort William, and that is where the West Highland Way ends and where I will be tomorrow night. So I can see the end in sight, but it looks like there's some spectacular country between myself and the end. Two guys on bikes passed me on the way down here from the Devil's Staircase, and they were flying on this really pretty technical road and just having the time of their lives. I mean, they just were having so much fun, and they were really, really good at it, which makes me think of all the different types of people that are enjoying this walking trail, and some are hiking. I just also passed some people at the top that were very leisurely having their lunch. They looked like they were in their mid-70s, in great shape, having just a really great chat. There was a guy from Australia that was doing it. And then I also ran into 2 guys that were marathon runners, and they are on a 33-mile run, not easy, over lots of difficult terrain and some pretty major climbs. So super impressive. The West Highland Way has something for everybody, and everybody seems to be really having a great time and enjoying themselves, and is prepared for whatever level they're at and what they're trying to get out of their hike. And it's the end of day 6. I'm in Kinlochleven, next to the River Leven. And the clouds are coming in. I've got my puffy coat on. It's a bit chilly, and I think tomorrow we might have a few drops of rain. So onward we go with the Scottish sweater. But it's been incredible, and I'm quite happy to go take a shower and see what dinner will bring tonight. And I'm super excited about tomorrow as well, and starting to feel a little bit sad about leaving Scotland. It's been truly an incredible experience. Tomorrow, and in episode 6, I finished the West Highland Way, cheered on by a friendly and familiar voice. I finally crossed that finish line and reflect on the trip with Max Adventure's own Nash, who has some inspiration and suggestion about what might be my next solo adventure. Thanks for joining me on my Max adventure along the West Highland Way. You've been listening to the self-guided travel podcast with me, Arlette Godges. Max Adventure has hundreds of hiking and biking trips worldwide. To find out more, head to the website at maxadventure.com. That's MACS adventure.com. If you enjoyed listening, please rate, review, and subscribe so you'll never miss an episode. And even better, share it with your friends. We love hearing what you've got to say, so get in touch via the Max Adventure socials to tell us about a trip you'd like to do or you'd love to hear about next. We're all ears.
From the Big Light Studio